Yes, today we will discuss about classification of amplifiers. So first, what is amplifier? Okay, before before we discuss about classification of amplifiers, first we have to know what is amplifier, and we know that amplifier is nothing but something which uh, results in gain of a certain signal. Okay, that means that if you increase the amplitude of a particular signal, you are necessarily saying that you are amplifying that signal. Okay, if you are increasing the amplitude, you are indirectly saying that you are amplifying the signal, and the device that is used for amplifying that signal is called as amplifier. Okay, remember that. So device which are used for amplifying the magnitude of a particular signal are known as amplifiers. There are many types of amplifiers, like as you can see here in this slide, voltage amplifiers. What is voltage amplifier? Amplifier which amplifier which increases the magnitude of voltage signal. For example, if you consider a voltage signal of input voltage signal of certain magnitude, let us say 1 volt magnitude. Okay, if you can raise that magnitude to 10 volts, if you can raise that magnitude to 10 volts at the output end, that means you are saying that you have amplified that voltage signal level. Okay, voltage signal level you have raised. Okay, so always remember that the output voltage is greater than that of input voltage in the case of voltage amplifiers. Okay, remember that. So voltage amplifiers are nothing but there are different types of devices we can use as voltage amplifiers. One of the best devices is BJT, bipolar junction transistor. Under certain configuration, it will act like a voltage amplifier. Okay, I have discussed about this amplification process with respect to different modes, and I told you in especially in active mode it will act, a transistor will act like an amplifier, and if you go for other modes like saturation and cutoff mode, the transistor will act like a switch. Okay, remember that. Next one, if you look at in the second point in the slide, which is nothing but current amplifiers. Current amplifiers are nothing but the amplifiers which raise the current signal level. Similar to that of voltage level, here current level will be raised. That means the input current, whatever the magnitude that is there, on the output side, if you check out the output current level, that value will be very high. Okay, remember that. Okay, so that means that output current is greater than that of the input current. Indirectly you are saying that the output, the current value has gained in the process. Once it went into the amplifier, its value has increased. Okay, next one, third one is a transconductance amplifier. Transconductance the word indicates that it is nothing but the output current to the input voltage. Output current, the ratio of output current to the input voltage is known as transconductance. Okay, if whenever you get this value greater than 1, or if you are getting a good magnitude, that means you are indirectly saying that for a given what I said, output current to the input voltage, right? For a given input voltage, if I, for a small input voltage, if I get a very large amount of uh, output current, then you are saying that it is acting, this particular amplifier is acting like a transconductance amplifier. We will discuss about that in future. Okay, next one, trans resistance amplifier. Transconductance, trans resistance, what is the difference between that? Is nothing but trans resistance is nothing but the inverse of transconductance. We know that resistance is nothing but inverse of conductance, right? So transconductance and trans resistance are also inversely proportional to each other. Okay, so what is trans resistance means? See, trans resistance is equal to 1 by trans conductance, 1 by trans conductance. So it is nothing but inverse of trans conductance. That means what? It is nothing but trans resistance is nothing but input voltage, okay, input voltage by output current. Okay, like that you can define. But it depends on certain, in other textbooks there are other kinds of definitions also. we will go through these two topics like transconductance and transresistance in future. Okay, first we will deal with voltage and current amplifiers. We have already dealt with these two, voltage and current amplifiers. We have already dealt. Okay, in the case of CB configuration of transistor CB configuration, it is nothing but it acts like a voltage amplifier. That's what I said. CB configuration, always it is used for voltage gain purposes and not for current gain purposes. But if you think about current amplifiers are used for which purpose? For current gain purpose, not for voltage gain purpose. CC amplifiers. Okay, CC amplifiers are for current amplification purpose. But for both voltage and current gains, that means voltage, if you want both voltage gain and current gain, you have to go for an amplifier called as CE amplifier, common emitter amplifier. So whenever voltage and current are both gaining, it means that V into I is equal to what? Power. Power is also gain. Okay, so you can say that CE amplifier acts like a power amplifier, power gain amplifier. Okay, power amplifier, simply you can call it as a power amplifier. uh, Next, we will see different types based on right now this unit's name, the third module's name is single stage amplifier. What does single stage amplifier define? What is single stage amplifier and what is multi-stage amplifier? Remember, single stage amplifier means you can raise the amplitude only once. Okay, only once. And if you want to raise the magnitude further, if you want to raise the amplitude of a particular signal further, then you have to connect one more circuit in cascade. Okay, that means then you will call that particular amplifier as two stage amplifier. So here, from here to here, the signal is amplified. From here to here, see this one, from here to here the signal is amplified, and from here to here again the signal is further amplified. So this is two stage process. So this is called as two stage amplifier. And if you have multiple number of amplifiers like this, like one stage, two stage, three stage, and so on, then that particular amplifiers, those amplifiers which have multi stages are called as multi stage amplifiers. Nothing but if you have multiple number of stages, they are called as multi-stage amplifier. A single stage amplifier indicates, that means there is no second stage, only one stage is there and the output is measured after the one stage, after the first stage itself. Okay, next one, classification of amplifiers. Classification of amplifiers on based on different types of based on the measuring quantity, we can define different based on the context. We can classify the amplifiers based on the context. What is the context? First, if you take the context as signal, okay, with respect to signal there are two types of amplifiers. One is small signal amplifier, the other one is large signal amplifier. What does these two indicate? Small signal amplifier and large signal amplifiers are nothing but small signal ones are having are signals which are of low power magnitude. They are small in magnitude. Okay, that's why they are called as small signals. Magnitude, amplitude wise, the value will be small, and the power gain that you obtain is also not that much. They are not used for large power applications. Okay, but if you go for large signal uh, amplifiers, large signal amplifiers are used for large power applications. Nothing but the power you get through from the output end of the amplifiers is very huge. Nothing but voltage gain and current gain will be also very high in those kind of amplifiers. And also they use large signals, okay, as input. They deal with everything which are large in size, magnitude wise. Okay, next one, based on next context is based on the number of stages. As you can say, just now I told you single stage amplifiers and multi stage amplifiers. Okay, single stage means only one time you can raise the magnitude of the signal, and after that you have to obtain the signal at the output end. But if you go for multi stage, that means the signal is amplified multiple number of times at each stage, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, like that. In each stage there will be a transistor amplifier. okay, which amplifies the input signal to a certain level, and from there in the second stage the first stage output is amplified again, like that, so on. Okay, that is called as multi-stage amplifier. And next one, depending on the context of configuration, this you have studied in the first unit. There are three types of configurations of amplifiers. One is common emitter, common base, common collector. Okay, and we know that common emitter is the one which is the more the widely used one is common emitter one. Okay, why? Because it provides both voltage gain and current gain. Okay, it provides both voltage gain and current gain. Next, common base configuration is one which provides only voltage gain but not current gain. It provides only voltage gain but not current gain. Remember these points. Okay, next one, common collector configuration is one which provides only current gain and does not provide any voltage gain. So depending on the context, we have to choose these configurations. Next one, based on the context of conduction angle. Conduction angle means the level after which you want to turn on the amplification process and after which you turn off the amplification process. It depends on the uh, duty time of the amplifier. Okay, this we will discuss later. These are nothing but there are four different types, and there are many types actually, but here we are only going in the syllabus, mostly we will be dealing about four major amplifiers, which are class A, class B, class AB, and class C. Class A amplifiers are the ones which operate from 0 to 360 degrees. Conduction angle will be from 0 to 360 degrees. Okay. Class B ones are the ones which operate at conduction angle of 180 degrees. Exact 180 degrees they will operate. And class C amplifiers are the ones which operate for conduction angle less than 180 degrees. That means 0 to 180 degrees. Okay. Next one, class AB. Class AB means it operates at conduction angle greater than 180 degrees. I will write here so that this one, it operates from 0 to 360 throughout whole period. Okay, 0 to 360 degrees it will operate. And this one, class B, it operates exactly at 180 degrees, and this one will operate at angles lesser than 180 degrees, 0 to 180. Okay, and this one will operate at angles greater than 180 degrees, nothing but 180 to 360 degrees. Okay, for a period of 0 to 360 degrees, one complete cycle. These are nothing but the conduction angles. Okay, so we will discuss about this in future. Next one, depending on the context of frequency of operation. Okay, frequency of operation, there are again certain different types of amplifiers. One is DC amplifier, direct current amplifier. Direct current amplifier does not exhibit any frequency. DC means there won't be any frequency there. Okay, frequency equal to 0. Okay, there won't be any frequency. All DC waves do not actually, DC, you should not call it as DC wave, you can just say it as DC wave, DC signal. Okay, because wave means it has amplitude and it has time period, all those things, but in DC signal there is no time period and such things does not exist in DC, pure DC one. Okay, so DC, direct current, does not have any frequency. This is one type of amplifier. Okay, the other type of amplifiers are used for frequency where you want to control the frequency. There are other types of amplifiers. Those are nothing but audio frequency amplifiers, radio frequency amplifiers, VHF, UHF, SHF amplifiers. Okay, so these are nothing but extraordinary high level of frequency amplifiers. Where you can use these things are, for example, if you're operating radio. Okay, when you're operating radio, at one particular signal you will get maximum amount of power of that particular signal. That's where you can hear the FM sound. Okay, if you tune into FM in radio, at particular level of frequency only, you will be getting a large amount of power. That's where you can hear clear amount of clear sound, and resonant frequency will be there, and the power signal is also very strong there. It does not get distorted. Okay, so in order to obtain such type of operation, you have to go for radio amplifiers, audio amplifiers, like that. Okay, so they depend on those frequencies. Remember, all the frequency amplifiers, they deal with more amount of power. They deal with mostly about resonant frequency and power, and they are also called as power amplifiers. Okay, mostly the power amplifiers are used in this case. Okay, now before going into all these things, we should understand in this particular course in analog electronics, these three things are very important. These all these things you will get in future. Okay, when you do deal with the and electronic subjects in the future, in the next semester, and in the upcoming semesters, you will be studying all these things. But in this semester, you should know, you must know these first three things: small signal, large signal, single stage, multi stage, common emitter, common base, common collector. Large signal, you will again, you will not just get too much attention in this particular semester, but in the next upcoming semesters, like if you go for power electronics, then you will be dealing with large signal analysis. But in our course, we will be dealing with small signal analysis mostly, and single stage, multi stage, and common emitter, common base, and common collector. Okay, so these are the things that you should know about classification of amplifiers. Next, different regions of operations of amplifiers. Why I have kept this slide is because I told you in the first unit about configurations, three different configurations: common emitter, common base, and common collector. With respect to that, uh, I've explained with respect to one configuration, I explained the different modes of operation. That configuration is, yes, this one, common base configuration. And I told you that whenever the input side is forward bias and the output side is reverse bias, that particular mode is called as active mode, and this mode is used for amplification purpose. Okay, so for if you want a circuit, a CB configuration transistor circuit to act like an amplifier, then you have to make the input side forward bias and output side reverse bias. Remember that. Okay, but if you go for the other modes like cutoff mode, in cutoff mode, both, if you see this and this, both are reverse bias. Input and output side both are reverse bias. But if you go for saturation, both input and output side both are forward bias. And cutoff mode and saturation mode are mostly used mainly for switching purpose, not for amplification purpose. Amplification is not possible in cutoff and saturation mode. If you want to further, if you want to find out more information about that, go to my previous classes in the previous videos. Okay, I told a clear cut explanation about cutoff mode and saturation mode. So active mode is for amplification purpose, and as you can see, for different configurations. Okay, especially what he says is with respect to junctions, he told you clearly, with respect to junction, if you observe, there will be no more confusion for you. With respect to junction, if you observe, rather than going for input side, output side, if you observe based on junction, then you will not have any confusion in determining whether the transistor is operating in active mode or any other modes. Okay, if a transistor's emitter base junction is reverse bias and collector base junction is reverse bias, then that particular transistor is said to operate in cutoff mode. And if the emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is forward biased, then that particular transistor is said to operate in saturation mode. And so remember, instead of talking in terms of input and output side, I am talking in terms of emitter base junction and collector base junction. This is the right way to discuss. Okay, next, last one is active mode. Active mode is the one in which emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. Okay, so remember, emitter base junction. Okay, that must be forward biased, and collector base junction must be reverse biased for any kind of configuration, common emitter configuration, common base or common collector. In any of these three configurations, these statements hold true. That is nothing but emitter base junction must be forward bias and collector base junction must be reverse bias in order to operate that particular transistor in active mode. And whenever it operates in active mode, it will behave like an amplifier. Cutoff mode and saturation mode, it will not behave like an amplifier, it will behave like a switch. Okay, so if you get a question in your exam, when does, in what kind of region of operation a transistor behaves like an amplifier, means you have to always answer it as active mode. Okay, remember that. So with this, the classification of amplifiers is over. In the next class, I will deal with the distortion in amplifiers. Okay.